Today I'm going to do the my first time tag. I know this tag has been around forever and honestly they don't do it anymore, but I've never done this tag and I really wanted to do it, especially because it's Valentine's Day coming up, so I thought it would be a good time to do a juicy little tag. It's not very juicy, but you'd think because of what it's called, but let's go ahead and get started on the tag video. The first question is first crush. My first crush was a boy named Harrison, and I was in love with him from kindergarten to 5th grade, honestly. He was my moon and sun and all of my stars. I was obsessed with him. I wrote stories about him. I wrote songs about him. My little child heart was in love. I never talked to him. I was obsessed with him though. I thought he was the cutest boy in the world, and honestly he's still pretty cute. I never ended up getting together with him, but I was just in love with him so much. I thought he was perfect. I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know what he liked. I didn't know anything about him, but I just thought he was the best. The next question is first kiss. My first kiss was my first kiss went a little like this. Haven't thought of that song in forever. My first kiss was my sophomore year of high school. I was 14 and it was with this boy named Ben, and he was screamo dude. I've dated quite a few screamo dudes. It was actually the cutest little kiss. It was after school. Me and him and also a bunch of my friends, we always stood by the flagpole outside of school, and we were always there until like the last second, and then we would get on our buses, but we were always sitting there and like talking smack. He kissed me and I almost smacked into a bus because my head was spinning so much that I didn't see the bus right in front of my face and I almost hit into it. It was a very sweet little peck, and then I was like, okay, bye. It was adorable. We were together for not long at all. Just like everybody else I've ever been with. It's always been a very short time, and then they dumped me. But I dumped him for no reason. You know, it is what it is. The next question is first boyfriend, and I don't consider Ben or anyone else in high school to be my first boyfriend because it was so surface level. It was so stupid. I consider my first boyfriend to be in college, and his name was Eric, and he was another screamo dude. I just have a type. He also has a bunny rescue, so that is where I got my bunny and my guinea pig. I got them from him, and I saw him and I was like, that is the cutest boy I have ever laid my eyes on. And then after I got my bunny and guinea pig, I think I went back to Maryland, so I had to have someone take care of the animals. And so I called him up and I was like, hey, do you pet sit? And he does. So I had him pet sit my animals, and then when I came to pick them up, I stayed for a very long time and we talked for a while, and then I was like, I was more brave back then. And I think I was like, hey, do you want to like hang out or whatever? And then eventually we ended up getting together, and he was my first boyfriend, and it was very precious. So there you go. It was a good time until he dumped me. I don't know why he dumped me. That was really stupid of him. I have a great ex-girlfriend though. I do not start anything. If you are my ex, I will never be like, he is trash. Who's your new girlfriend? I'm gonna tell her that you're trash. Everybody, he's trash. Like, I am so not like that. I am a very respectful, normal girl, and I will not freak out on you if you dump me. I will not tell everybody all of your little secrets. Like, that's so juvenile. Just move on. The next question is first best friend, and my first best friend's name was Whitney. I met her in pre-K, and I have always been a scheming little brat. So the first day of pre-K, we realized we were on the same bus, and I made this master scheme to distract the bus driver so she doesn't notice that I am leaving at Whitney's bus stop. So I went to Whitney's house, and Then my mom realizes that I didn't get off the bus, and she's like, holy crap, where's my child? And I was at Whitney's house. What? And I was like 4. Nothing's changed. I'm still a brat. But Whitney was awesome. She was a big musical theater nerd. We watched Annie all the time. We watched Cats all the time. We had fun. It was a good time. She was a great first best friend, and I miss her. Girl, how you doing? The next question is first embarrassing moment. I am always getting into embarrassing moments, so I don't know what my first one was, but one that really stands out is I don't remember if it was like music class or something, but I think it was like the whole grade had to do this play, and it was not good. And remember, it was elementary school, so I was in love with Harrison, and he stood next to me for this whatever thing we were doing, and I was like, oh my god, don't do anything stupid. So of course I did something stupid, and I tripped going up the stairs and fell flat on my face right in front of him, and I was like, tight! Wow! Oh my god, this is gonna be so funny in 30 years when we look back on this when we're married with children, won't it be, Harrison? Ha 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 ha. It was really embarrassing. I just got right back up and pretended like it didn't even matter that my future husband just saw me fall flat on my face. It's fine. This won't break me. I am... But inside I was dying. But you couldn't tell from the outside. Nope. Nope. I was cool as ice. The next question is first pet. I know when I was a kid I had fish that I did not take care of, but I consider my first pet to be my dog, Buddy. I don't remember how old I was. I was around 3, 4. We were at my grandmother's house, and she had a really big farm in the middle of rural southern Maryland. So there was like nobody around anywhere. And we see this dog in the woods. She lived on a big farm and lots of woods and everything. And there were hunters, and they had this dog, and he's a bird dog. He's a German short-haired pointer, so he's supposed to be a hunting dog. Buddy was not a hunting dog. So what we think happened is that a hunter had him as a hunting dog, and he sucked because he was afraid of everything, and he ran away one day, and they just didn't care to find him. We found him, and he was shaking, and he was upset and scared, and we were like, you know what, you're gonna be our new friend. Of course, me and my brother and my mom were obsessed with him from the start, but my dad was like, we are not getting a dog. And then he laid his head in my dad's lap and he said, we're getting a dog. So he was a really good boy. But when I was 5, we were in a really bad tornado. It completely demolished our house. The house fell on top of us, and Buddy started getting seizures. We were all like not okay after that whole tornado thing. So we all had our issues, and Buddy just kept having more and more seizures, and it's not humane to keep an animal that has seizures. It's really not, because even if they do seem happy when they're not having a seizure, they're having seizures, and you can't stop that. And it's not humane to keep an animal that's in pain every day. That's not okay. So we had to put him down, and it was really sad, but it's the right thing to do. You can't keep an animal in pain every day just because you don't want it to die. We had to put him down, and it was a very sad day because he was a really great dog. And then a couple years later, my dad came home with Bailey. Didn't tell anybody. He just came home with a dog. And we were like, well, we haven't talked about getting a dog in years, but sure, yeah, let's get a dog. But Bailey is still my little darling. He's 12. My God, he's 12 and a half. In June, he's going to be 13 years old. We're going to have a teenager in the house again. Oh my God. The next question is first alcoholic drink. I know when I was younger, my parents would be done with their wine and I would go over and take a little sip of the little drop that's left. From what I can remember, my first alcoholic drink actually happened a month before I turned 21. My whole family went to this cool little place where it's on the beach. It's like a little bar and it has little bar food and everything. And in Florida, you can have a vertical ID as long as you're over 21. Even if the little thing says under 21 until whatever, you can still use it. So I was a month away from my 21st birthday. The dude was obviously having trouble with the math. He was staring at my ID for a really long time, and I was not 21. But I was like, "Can I have a margarita?" And he's like, "Can I see your ID?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can see it." And he was like, "Okay, I'll be back with your margarita." And I got a margarita and I got Bud Lights and I was pretty dang drunk. And then I went and got my nose pierced. Hey! And I still have it today. And you know that piercer knew, this girl's drunk. But it doesn't matter. I got my nose pierced and everything's good. You hear a lot that like if you're drunk and you get your nose pierced, it's gonna bleed or whatever, but I had no troubles. My nose piercing was a breeze. Oh my god, it was so easy and it hurt a little bit, but not bad at all. You hear a lot that your eyes water. My eyes didn't water. It was so quick and so easy. And I was buzzed. I felt great. And then once they shoved that needle through my nose, I was very sober. But it was a really fun day. That was a good day. The next question is your first tattoo. I don't know how I'm going to show this. My first tattoo. There it is. It's a little paw print right there. I got that when I was 19 or 20, maybe. I was in college. They were doing Friday the 13th, $13 tattoos, and I decided I was gonna get a little paw print, and it's so cute. It's still my favorite tattoo, honestly. I have 5, but that's still my favorite. The next question is first piercing. Of course, when I was a child, I got my little lobes pierced at Claire's because my parents didn't know any better. But my first piercing was my cartilage. I got that when I was 16. That's what I wanted for my 16th birthday. And I kept it open for a couple years and then I just never put anything in it. And then last week I started wearing both my lobes and also my cartilage piercing. I started wearing little jewelry again and I thought it was so cute and girly. So I think I'm going to do that today. I'm going to put a little bit of, you know, put my little rings in and everything and feel cute. That hurt not at all. It was fine. It was so easy. The next question is first concert. My first concert, folks, was July 17th. 2009 was my first concert. It was the Jonas Brothers World Tour 2009. It was amazing. It was so good. I had terrible seats. I went with my mom. We were at the Staples Center in Washington, D.C., which does not exist anymore, but it was so fun. I had a blast. And then a couple months later in November, I saw Miley Cyrus live in 2009. It was amazing also. I also had terrible seats, but they were both so fun. I always thought Nick Jonas was going to be my husband. It's not too late. In 30 years, we might meet again, and I might just have to marry him. The next question is first phone. My first phone I still own. It's in the other room. Maybe it's in the other room. It might be packed. Who knows? This house, we packed very prematurely, so a lot of stuff that we actually needed is packed up, but it was an NV2. It was a red NV2, and it was one of those where you could use it and it has the, you know, number pad, and then you open it and it's a full keyboard. and I used that thing. I would go and it had clicking sounds. It was like my favorite sound ever. I loved that thing so much. And then I upgraded to an NV3 and I thought I was so cool, and it was basically the same phone. And I actually didn't get a smartphone until I graduated high school. You bratty little children. I was 17 when I got my first smartphone, and it was a Samsung Galaxy S4 Mini, and now I have a Galaxy S10e. So technology has come a very long way, so that's pretty neat. The last question is first car. I got my first car in 2013. I was in high school. I had my learner's permit. I got a 2002 Ford Focus. It was my favorite car. Her name was Cricket because she made a lot of noise. Questionable noise. We don't know what the noises were, but we just turned the music up when that happened. I loved Cricket. She was my favorite little car. And then after Cricket, I got Genevieve, a 2016 Chevy Cruze Premier. Oh my God, she was so sassy. She was a little sports car. I am not a sports car gal, turns out. I hated that car, so there's nothing wrong with it. It's a great car if that's what you're looking for, but it's not what I was looking for. I traded her in very recently and got the Swiftmobile A. I got a 2018 Ford Escape SE four-wheel drive, fancy schmancy. It's black. I really wish it was any color other than black because it always looks dirty, but I love it so much. It's honestly such a good car, and there's so much room. I put Bailey in the trunk, but it's an SUV, so he's in the very back, and then we always lean a seat forward so we can see him. He's got plenty of room, he's got air, he's good to go. It's such a good little car, and it reminds me so much of my Focus. It drives just like the Focus. You couldn't even tell it's a full SUV. It's a big car, but it doesn't drive like it. It drives like a cute little car, like a little sedan. It's so great. I love my car so much. And it's got stickers. It's got a sticker that says Swifty and a sticker that says Lover. I made the Lover sticker all by myself with my Cricut machine, and I'm planning on putting a little vanity plate on the front that says Swiftmobile because it is my Swiftmobile. And I love my car so much. I'm so happy that I got this car and traded in my old car. R.I.P. Genevieve. Those are all the questions that I'm personally going to answer from the My First Time tag. A lot of them seemed so lame and just questions that nobody cares about, so I decided instead I would just pick and choose the questions that I wanted to answer. If you want to do the My First Time tag, the questions will be in the description. Go ahead and either leave them in a comment or make a video and let me know that you posted. I would love to watch it. I wish they still had video responses on YouTube. Going way back, rate 5 stars, leave a video response. Yeah, back when the description box was next to the video. We going way back. Wow, good times. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you wanna, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.